Alright, what's up guys? Today I'm here with a review on the Ocean Kayak Trident 11 Angler. This is a 2017 model. I'm just going to go over how I set it up for me, why I like it, and like basically everything. Just a little video on it. But personally, I'm just going to say right now, I absolutely love this thing. I didn't think I'd really like it at first. It was a lot different than most of the kayaks that fish these tournaments. You're going to see a lot of more, you see more Hobies and stuff like that, but I actually really rarely see Tridents and Ocean Kayak Series kayaks. So I did a lot to this thing. I put in some money. I love it though, and this is it's kind of my passion. It's what I like to do. And I'm going to try to make this video as short as possible, but I am going to try to help you guys and inform you about what this kayak has to offer. So I guess we'll start actually from the back. So you guys can first off to see the back has a pretty good rigid handle. It's not going to go anywhere. The only complaint I'd have, because I'm going to be honest with you guys, I wish the handle was turned more like this. So I could grab it like that instead of grabbing it at that angle. But that's alright. It's still a good handle, and it does the job fine. And as light as this kayak is, I mean, it's definitely a good carrying handle. And I'm not going to cut out like any parts of this video. I'm just going to do this all raw and just inform you guys. I'm not really serious about the video. I just want to help out you guys and give you guys ideas. In the tank well here, it's actually a really good sized tank well. You guys can see all the stuff I have in the tank well, and I still have another decent amount of space. You guys can see right here, you can cut out your own back hatch. I never did it. I might end up doing it. I'm not sure. In the back, I have backside of the tank well, Interstate deep cycle marine battery. This is what will power my motor, which I'll go into in a second. This battery is good. It lasts a whole week on a full charge for the motor I have, and you know, I'm sure it lasts a decent amount of time for whatever motor you guys choose to. But it's the Interstate Deep Cycle Marine. This is gonna go for I think 120. If you guys can correct me on that if I'm wrong, but I mean I think it's about 120 bucks. But it's an amazing battery, and it's definitely well worth it. Coming up to the front side here. This is where I keep my rods, tackle, and my hog trough. You guys know tournaments, you have to have a hog trough or a catch board. I personally just have the hog trough. I might upgrade to a catch board. They're a little bit more durable, but this works for me. It just slides out. This is the Hobie fishing one, but you can get really anyone. I'll just slide right back in that slot. It's quick and easy. It's out of the way, and I can easily reach it from the seat. I temporarily have 5 to 8 rods with me. This is actually from my last time I went fishing, so I had 7 rods. But yeah, you guys can see I use PVC pipes, custom made with zip ties, and I have just a standard milk crate. And inside this milk crate, on the right side, I'll put my soft plastic bins. I have 2 very large soft plastic bins that will fit in here, and then I'll more than likely have a lunch, waters, and really anything else. Like if I need fish sticks for that day or I need scents, I'll put that in there as well. But yeah, I mean that's kind of just your standard crate. A lot of people like the black packs. I probably will end up getting a black pack, but this crate has worked for me for a year and a half, and it's just an amazing crate. But you guys can see, I mean, how roomy this tank well is. That's only an 11-foot boat. You have more room. This is actually, I'll put waters in there too. And then I have this strap for when I'm traveling. I could just strap everything down. But obviously I'll have my rods out when I'm traveling, and I'll have my batteries and stuff out. Moving up here, this is actually the most custom part of the boat, and it's the motor that I have on this thing. This is just a normal trolling motor. This is a Minn Kota trolling motor. This thing will get this thing to 6.5 to 7 miles per hour on a good day. It can probably in the morning, it can almost touch 8, but average is about 6 on this thing. Right now it's kind of tilted up, but I can tilt it. That's how it would look like in the water straight. But right now I just kind of have it tilted down like that. But yeah, I just have the standard prop on it. This thing has taken some hits, but this thing will power this thing really well. And I have this thing on, I don't actually remember what mount this is. This is a mount off Amazon. It was $55, but it actually is a great mount because I can take this thing off really, really easy. You guys can see it turns really well. Now when I'm on the water, I'll actually drop the shaft down into the water with this right here. So when I'm in the water, crank this open, drop the shaft down, crank it back, ready to roll. But this mount is super easy. So if you guys know what mount this is, let me know. But it's an amazing mount, and I believe it's $55. I've never had a problem with it. Put it right down into the kayak, and it will never be removed. It's an amazing mount, and this motor is definitely, I mean, it's a 30-pound thrust trolling motor, so it's good enough for this kayak. I mean, I'm not going to need a 45 or a 60, so this thing powers it really well, and it's great for when the water is really choppy or I want to run a bank down or I want to make really long runs, because this helps a lot. Also has an extension handle. It's kind of hard to do with one hand, but you guys know that. And the wiring just runs right down the side here. It's out of my way, into the battery, ready to go. And I'll show you guys real quick. Make sure it's away. 2, 3, 4, 5-speed forward, and then reverse. This thing's got some power, guys. I'm telling you, this thing is super sweet. And this is the Endura. So on the edge of my seat on the right side, I have my manual power pole. It's a stakeout pole. It's going to run you, I actually forget, I think around $100, but this thing keeps me very anchored, and runs right there, runs all the way down the side here. When I want it out, basically pull, take it out, it will come out of there, drop the pole into the scupper. When I'm in 8 feet of water, it's so sweet, I'll just slide right out, slide right in, and then I'll just put the pole down. But this thing's sweet because when I'm in 8 foot of water or less and it's super windy and I want to fish offshore, there's nothing better. It's so clean. It keeps me anchored, guys. It's super sweet, and I definitely recommend that for this kayak. On the side, you guys will have the 2 more rigid handles, so if you want to carry it sideways, you can. The seat. A lot of people ask me about this seat. It's super comfortable. With the stability of this kayak, I'm standing most of the time, but when I need to get to a place and I'm sitting down, and fishing sitting down, it's super comfortable. So it's a great seat. I really like it. This is where I'll put my pliers some days if I really need them. If I know I'm going to need them a lot, clips right there. It's on the seat, ready to go. You guys can see how sleek that mount is right by the seat. On the right side, we got my paddle. It's a car seal paddle. I think these are $100, and I have the standard paddle clip. Easy to come out. It's super great, guys. That keeps it out of the way. Yeah. On the left side here, this is my fish finder. I'm going to sit down in the kayak here. This is a 1-inch ram ball mount. This thing holds this really, really well. I mean, super easy. Want it off, turn. It's easy to go. 1-inch ball, and then we got the mount, and this is a Garmin Striker 4 Plus. Turn it on. This is a pretty good fish finder. I mean, I'm definitely upgrading, I think, to a Helix 7 soon, but I mean, this will definitely get it done for me. I mean, it has traditional split frequency mapping. It's just a good starting one. I learned a lot off of it, and I've had it for about a year with no problems. I normally just use it for marking places. But yeah, I mean, in the middle here, you have your front deck. Super stable. I mean, I stand on this thing a lot, and I also will stand on this, which is the center console. Put my phone in here. I have some water in there because I actually left it open. And when I'm in a tournament, let me show you guys real quick, because I fish a lot of tournaments. So here's just a kayak bass fishing. This isn't cut out properly or anything, but when I'm in a tournament, it sits in that ledge right there. And I've never, guys, had it blown away. Never. A lot of people ask me, it's going to blow away. It never blows away. And when I'm sitting in here, reach back. I can reach back, grab my board, lay it across, submit my fixture. Easy as that. It's super awesome, guys. And sometimes you can also do it like this. You take your picture like that, but I like it just right here. I've never had a fish jump off, and I use the power pole to make it slide down so the fish will stay pinned better. Easy as that. So we'll set the board there for now. Put that in there. Oh, there, it got all wet. Put anything here, you can strap stuff down. We got a water thing. Yeah, definitely don't advise sitting it there. We have my little junk thing here. So last time I was out, I was throwing chatterbaits. I had some trailers, gambler, and then I had some Havoc pit bosses that got ripped and stuff. I just could throw excess plastics in there, or plastics that I'll need. You guys know this opens up, and then the other side will do the same, and you can remove the trays to get access into the hall. I left my plug open. I went to Lake Lemon in Unionville, Indiana, and I left my drain plug. I forgot it at my house. I was draining out my kayak, so I got a bunch of water inside. Wiring for my fish finder. And this box right here runs to the middle. We'll open up the front hatch. Quick, let me slide my pole back. We'll just get it out of the way. Battery box, you're good to go. In here, food, extra tackle. When I'm traveling, I normally put rods in there. This is the click shield hatch. And then to pull this thing, when it's like on a soft surface, I just got my power pole rope. This thing is super long. I can also stick the pole down to this on the side here. Anything works for me. It just depends on what's easier. So, put a lot of money into this thing. It's definitely a great boat, and that's all I'm gonna say for this thing, guys. I really do recommend this thing, and if you guys have any more questions, just comment down below. I'll be sure to answer for you guys. So, thank you all so much. I'll put information down in the description below, and I believe a Hobie Outback is going to be here at the end of the year. So, but this thing has been an amazing boat for me. Fished a lot of tournaments out of it, and I definitely recommend it. Thank you, guys.